16 harmful foods for the elderly that you should know. In old age, people should pay a lot of attention to their nutrition and diet plan. In old age, the smallest problem in the diet may cause serious damage to the body. Middle age usually starts at the age of 60. The elderly should be more sensitive in choosing their nutrition from the age of 60. Usually at this age, the elderly should include healthy foods, rich in fiber, vegetables, and etc. in their diet. In fact, having a diet is important at any age, but this matter will be much more important in old age. During old age, the body of the elderly becomes weak. This weakness must be provided by having a basic and appropriate diet plan. First, watch this video, and if it was useful for you, like it and subscribe to my channel to access to more videos related to health. Just one thing, this video is for educational purposes only, so talk to your doctor if you have any medical concerns. Harmful foods for the elderly. In old age, the body will no longer be the same as when it was young. In fact, the internal organs of the body can no longer perform their functions completely. Therefore, changes should be made in their nutrition. These changes should be such as to strengthen the physical and mental condition of the elderly. To have a complete and appropriate program, you must know the types of food that are harmful for the elderly. Stay with us in the rest of this video to learn more about the types of foods that are harmful for the elderly. 1. Salty foods. Salt can supply sodium to the body. Every adult needs 5 grams of salt daily to supply sodium to the body. Of course, for better absorption, this amount of salt is better to enter the body through food. Supplying salt to the body should not only be through the salt that is placed in the salt box. Nuts, dry fruits, types of bread, types of snacks, types of canned foods, types of fast foods, and etc. Of course, high salt consumption in old age can cause many complications such as high blood pressure, osteoporosis, stomach cancer, asthma, kidney problems, and etc. 2. Fatty foods. The elderly should avoid eating foods containing saturated fat and trans fat. In fact, these fats can cause many cardiovascular problems for them. Therefore, their consumption in diet is greatly reduced. Fried foods, fatty foods, chips, chocolate, and etc. are all high in saturated fat. In fact, every elderly person gets only 30% of his daily energy from fats. When the mass of fat in the body increases, heart and digestive problems also increase in the body. 3. Sweet foods. All sugary foods and drinks are high in sugar. The high sugar can increase blood pressure and other complications in the body of the elderly. Consuming sweet foods causing weight gain in the elderly. Weight gain can also cause heart diseases, leg pain, back pain, and etc. in the body of the elderly. Therefore, it is better to reduce the consumption of sweet foods and sweet drinks. So how's the video so far? If you liked the video, be sure to like it. Also, if you like this type of videos, subscribe to our channel. Thanks a lot. 4. Heavy foods. With age, the physical strength of the body decreases. In fact, in people over 65 years of age, the sense of taste and smell decreases significantly. Elderly people think that your food is no longer tasty because of sensory loss. On the other hand, a person's stomach and digestive system will not be as active as when they were young, so it is better to avoid overeating. 5. Grapefruit. This fruit is rich in vitamin C and most doctors recommend its consumption in autumn and winter. Grapefruit can have a great effect on medications used by the elderly. Usually, people with high blood pressure should not use this medicine. When blood pressure medications are taken, an enzyme is released in the body. Grapefruit can destroy this enzyme, thus raising a person's blood pressure. Elderly people who want to use grapefruit should consult their doctor. 6. Coffee. Besides being relaxing, coffee can fight cancer cells. Therefore, drinking it has many benefits for the body. But you should always pay attention to the fact that in old age, excessive consumption of this drink can be harmful. Older people sleep much less than young people, and this causes insomnia to increase with the consumption of coffee, which has a high caffeine content. Drinking a lot of coffee in the elderly causes dehydration, feeling tired, stressed, anxious, and etc. Coffee can stimulate stomach acid, so the elderly who have stomach problems and stomach ulcers should not use coffee in any way. 7. Diet drinks. Although diet drinks contain artificial sugar, they can make older people gain weight. In fact, these drinks tempt you to consume more of this drink with fewer calories. 8. Cold meat. The elderly have a weak digestive system, so they should avoid cold meat. In fact, these meats are not cooked at all, and this can be a reason for contracting parasitic diseases in the human body. Elderly people should cook meat thoroughly to make it easier to digest and prevent parasitic diseases. Therefore, cold meats such as sausages must be cooked before consumption. 9. Raw bud. Since these sprouts grow in a warm and humid environment, they can be a suitable substrate for the growth of bacteria. Therefore, the elderly should avoid consuming raw sprouts. 10. Processed foods. Processed and canned foods can be high in sodium, sugar, fat, preservatives, and more. These processed foods can increase the risk of high blood pressure, heart disease, and more. 11. Unpasteurized drinks. Try to always consume pasteurized drinks. Drinking unpasteurized drinks can lead to the growth of bacteria in the body. 12. Raw milk. Using raw and unpasteurized milk can cause the growth of bacteria in the body. Using raw milk can lead to the growth of E. coli, Listeria, and Salmonella bacteria. 13. Cheese. This food is very dangerous for the elderly due to its low acidity and high moisture content. In this way, it weakens the body's defense system. 14. Raw fish. Using raw fish is very harmful for the elderly. It is better for the elderly to avoid eating raw fish, sushi, and etc. 15. Undercooked meat. Undercooked meat can provide a breeding ground for bacteria. Salmonella, E. coli, and other bacteria grow in this substrate. Therefore, it is better that all the meat consumed by the elderly is cooked. 16. Eggs. Since eggs are rich in nutrients, they are high in cholesterol, so they should not be consumed daily. In addition to increasing body fat, daily consumption of this food in old age can also increase a person's blood pressure. Most doctors recommend that the elderly consume 2 boiled eggs a week to provide their body with essential nutrients. Now it's time to go to the frequently asked questions. Is drinking tea harmful for the elderly? Like coffee, tea also contains caffeine. It is better not to drink tea after dinner. Drinking tea causes insomnia and destroys the useful substances in the food. What points should be considered and prioritized in the food plan of the elderly? The nutrition and diet of the elderly should not be high in fat and salt. Do not use fried foods in your diet. Why is nutrition important in the elderly? Observance of important points in the nutrition of the elderly can lead to longevity and health of the body. This group of elderly people is less exposed to diseases such as blood pressure, high fat, and etc. Well, as mentioned in this video, having a correct and principled diet can affect the health of the elderly. Observing these do's and don'ts in elderly meals can help a lot to have a healthy and fresh body. In this video, we tried to introduce harmful and dangerous foods for the elderly to you. This category of food should be consumed in a controlled manner. Finally, if you have any questions or suggestions, we are here to answer them in the comments section. Thank you for watching, and be sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone you think it could be helpful to them. Until the next video, I wish you to be healthy and well. Goodbye.